Good afternoon, boomers. It's the voice here. The crypto commander-in-chief, the champion of crypto, Champagne, back with another live stream. Kaboom, all the buttons. Let's get it popping right now. Shout out to Lucky Lewis. This will be an open chat. Bitcoin trench talk, deep here in the trenches. As we dipped under 10K, but there's resistance there, and we're back over 10K. It's a mess out there, guys. Between the markets, the conspiracy, the trade wars, these leaks via the Google engineer showing censorship on Google side, the blue dress. At this point, guys, it's Bitcoin versus the blue dresses, guys. Bitcoin versus the blue dresses, if you know what I mean. If you haven't caught this one, guys. Bitcoin versus the blue dresses. This is who's in charge. This is a metaphor for who's in charge. The system's losing integrity. And we need a system that is based on more trust. Shout out to Lucky Lewis, the rest of the boomers out there. I need you guys caressing every single button for the champion right now. The likes, subscribe, the post notification bell, the ding ding. Stay tuned in to the good crypto word that we spread here daily. As the system starts to implode here, Bitcoin's holding strong. Everything's going downtown. Saw the stocks go down yesterday. There's a major trade war going on with China. You could see turmoil in Hong Kong, FBI raiding Epstein, and no one knows what's going on with this Epstein character. But I think it's really exposing the normies to the fact that the people in the top echelons in control are up to some funny bunny. I mean, they're up to the funniest of bunnies, guys. I mean, if this ain't funny bunny, I don't know what is, guys. Guys, it's Bitcoin versus the blue dresses. Okay? You want to hold Bitcoin or you want to hold fiat that's issued by the blue dress? Rocket market looking shaky. Yeah, it's looking shaky, and I think that we know that this is going to happen, guys. The situation with the fiat has been unstable since 2008. They've been trying to plug the holes on the sinking ship. And I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep plugging the holes. They're going to have to go to negative interest rates if they want to do that. Trump's calling for continuing to lower the price, the interest rate, make money cheaper, make the currency worth less. I know China's devaluing their currency. And it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Lucky Lewis says, I'll almost never FOMO, but at these prices, I had to throw in some fiat yesterday. Yeah, anything under 10 or close to 10 is a good deal, if you ask the champion. I think this is another accumulation period, guys. It's another opportunity, while things start crumbling and people keep continuing to lose confidence in the legacy system. Here is a sound alternative, one that's verifiable. That's the thing with Bitcoin. It's verifiable. You don't know what's going on with Epstein. You can't verify the video, okay? You can't verify the video. You don't know what's going on with the Fed behind the closed door. You can't even verify the meetings, as opposed to something like Bitcoin, which is open ledger, verifiable. Shout out to Batman. I see you out there. He says, pedo's running the world. I think people are starting to question it. What was once dubbed as a conspiracy, Pizzagate, right now is looking a lot more believable, if you ask me. If you're just tuning in, it's the champion of crypto, the crypto commander-in-chief. We're deep here in the trenches, sniping at the funny bunny. It's Bitcoin versus the blue dresses out here, guys. Do you want to operate under a system ran by this or one ran by this? Let me know. Make sure you're dropping a comment. Batman, Lucky Lewis, and the rest of the boomers are here. We'll be checking out today's mathematics in just a moment. This is an open chat, Bitcoin trench talk, as the market's taking a little dip today, but it went under went under 10, but now we're over 10,000. Let's check out the math. We'll talk about the prices. We'll talk about just about anything as far as how it relates to crypto and the global uncertainty. And so many things that are happening out here. Coin market cap currently at $262 billion worldwide. A lot slimmer than we've seen in just a few weeks. Bitcoin dominance is still strong at 68.3. Bitcoin at 10,050. Let me hit refresh, make sure that we're up to date. 10,047. Ether at 184. Ugh. Ether at 184. I got to check out one of my collateralized debt positions there on Ether. Make sure I didn't get liquidated because that's a low price, guys. Bitcoin Cash is at 312. Litecoin at 76. It's a bloodbath out there. You got Binance at 27. EOS at 362, Satoshi Vision at 136, Monero at 79, Stellar at 6, Leo at 123, Cardano slipping in the rankings there at 4 cents, Tron at 1, Dash at 94, Chainlink is up a little bit at 233 as the rest of the boomers tune in. This is the Bitcoin trenches deep in the foxholes with the boomers, guys. They say to buy the dips. When I dip, you dip, we dip. DCA all day. So if you did a buy this week, hopefully you're doing it, or sometime around now, you can catch this little dippage. I bought half an ETH last night, couldn't resist, says Lucky Lewis. It's a steal there at 184. I'm going to be honest, as much as I've, questioned Ether, right now, if you look at market cap size, and exclude Ripple because that's a garbage bag. I think Ether may be one of the few altcoins that may survive. It's not gonna, it's not doing as good as Bitcoin, and I don't expect it to. But I think this may survive. Bitcoin obviously will. But as far as these 2,449 alternative coins, I think most of them are gonna crash and burn. Crypto's not usable enough to be recession proof just yet. It'll go down with the rest of the markets. That's why we're seeing it right now. Yeah, it's gone down just a little bit, not completely, it's not completely. It's still up versus the US dollar and most everything. If you don't think it's usable enough to be in a recession, then you could hold your fiat during the recession and give me your Bitcoin. I'll take care of it for you. No problem. Looking for stability before I buy back in. Yeah, if you want a stability, you may want to go and get an FDIC insured account. I bought some more at 11.5. I swear every time I buy, the market tanks right after. Yeah, that's why you want a DCA. Just keep to the plan. Keep to the plan because you can't time the market, guys. Let's be honest. Forget these technical indicators, the oscillators, and all that. The moving averages. I don't think that's really going to reflect much. You can't time the market. I disagree. If the recession leads to quantitative easing, Bitcoin will go up. And, I think Batman's more along the lines of a boomer that, I would agree with, Thai City, you're looking for stability. If things are more than stable with Bitcoin, just, 5, 6, 7 years ago, it was less than it was pennies on the dollar. And now it's over 10K. So, this is more than stability. This is increasing agility. I bought at 11K again at 9.7. Listen, if you buy at 10.5, at 9.6, at 11, listen, I think that we can all agree. I think the consensus is pretty clear. The majority of cryptomaniac boomers believe that it will hit all-time highs within the next, let's say, couple of years. So whether you get at 11 or 10 or 9, if it goes to 20 or 25, it's not going to matter, okay? The champ's not your father. Indeed, Bleedheart. You know the deal. You know the deal, guys. This is the Bitcoin Trenches. You're tuning into the Crypto Commander-in-Chief, your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. I might as well have called this stream Bitcoin versus the Blue Dresses. Okay, guys, because it's becoming clear that apparently this is the type of characters that are running the legacy system, guys. This is what, when you invest in fiat, you're basically investing in this, guys. Do you want fiat? Do you want to rock with this? Or do you want to rock with this? Just let me know out there, guys. Which one are you? Which one do you choose? I think it's becoming clearer and clearer to the normies. Guys, the top of the pyramid of the all-seeing eye, guys, it's corrupt. It's been corrupted from the beginning. I think you guys have figured that one out. And if you haven't, I question this. I point you in this direction, pointing back. Here's looking at you with the red shoes and everything. There's a major link to red shoes symbolically between red shoes and pedophilia as well, if I'm not mistaken. So, if you don't know about the blue dress, apparently it was found in Epstein's Manhattan condo. This is a painting. Apparently, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories going on out there, but I told you guys I'm going to retire that word conspiracy theory because at this point we already know that that's a term invented by the CIA, And right now, it's looking more like facts than conspiracies, guys. Again, it's looking like it may be facts. That's there's still, it's not without a doubt, but I think there's a reasonable doubt now. One can reasonably doubt the upper echelons at this point. If the recession leads to cheap BTC, buy. Indeed. I mean, listen. I mean, if you're still waiting for Bitcoin to stabilize, I don't know, guys. I mean, you haven't been watching it since its inception. How many times have they told you that Bitcoin is going down? It's going to crash. It's not going to survive. There's a site out there. Let me see if I can pull it up for you guys. Is it 99 Bitcoins that chronicles the Bitcoin obituary? There we go. It chronicles each time that Bitcoin has supposedly died. And you can see this here. Bitcoin obituaries on 99bitcoins.com. Bitcoin has died 371 times. The most recent death was in when the Treasury Secretary seals Bitcoin's impending death by 1,000 cuts. That was back in July 15th. So, this basically records all the negative headlines, people saying that Bitcoin's dying or whatnot. And this thing goes back to 2010. Let's look at 2010, what they say in 2010 about the death in Bitcoin. There you go. Bitcoin was 23 cents back then. It says, here's a whole entire why Bitcoin can't be a currency. This is back in 2010. People have been saying the same garbage for years. And in the meantime, let's look at 2013. There were 17 articles. I think this is really when the hate started. Bitcoin will crash by mid-2014. Bitcoin is doomed to fail. Once you use Bitcoin, you can't go back. Here's its fatal flaw, how Bitcoin is going to fail. It's not a gold equivalent. Bitcoin is doomed. This is all, look, when it was $641, when it was $430. So guys, don't be one of these guys. Don't be one of these guys. I think you should have already learned your lesson after, you're looking for stabilization. Look how many times it's came back in the trenches and proved everybody wrong. If this is not enough evidence, then, you could keep waiting for it to dip at 3K. Because it's not going to happen. Your average person couldn't even buy Bitcoin back in 2010, 2011. I believe you can only mine it. Yeah, I think that 2010, 2011, it was only mining and then peer-to-peer. I think, like local Bitcoins type of stuff where you could buy it from someone else. And I don't think that the exchanges came around till somewhere after 2011. I've heard about Bitcoin. I was up on game since the very beginning. But, I didn't get into it till later because of all these negative headlines that I was reading. That Bitcoin was a scam. I told you guys, even when I first learned about it, I asked some people that I knew that were working down on Wall Street, investment bankers or whatnot, and everyone told me it was a scam, not to get into it. So, I should have never listened to them. Never listened to the suits there that are working for the man because they're part of the system, guys. They haven't been unlocked they haven't taken the red pill. You know the deal. They're blue pilling all day long. NPCs, non-playable characters out there, guys. They don't play their own game. They're playing somebody else's. Shout out to Nano, Batman, Bleedheart, Rafterman. Yo, champ, did you see my super chat yesterday? Indeed, I did, Rafterman. Right when I started ending the stream, it came in. Thank you so much to Rafterman. Rafterman dropped me a couple bucks there in the super chat yesterday. Thank you so much, Rafterman. I did see that come in at the ending. So thank you so much, Rafterman. Keep booming. Follow the leaders here, Rafterman, and all the rest of the boomers that show love via the super chat. If you're entertained by the stream, if you get some value, if you're rocking with the champ, send a couple ducats here in the bucket. It definitely keeps the wheels turning, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much out there, boomers. Let me drop a bomb for Rafterman. Boom. Indeed. Boom, boom, boom. Guys, this is the Bitcoin Trench Talk. Bitcoin Trench Talk. And you know the deal, guys. We're chopping it up as there's uncertainty out there in the markets. The greed and fear index for Bitcoin is showing a lot of fear, and I don't understand why there's so much fear. We're over 10K. I mean, like, what's there to be scared about? I feel we're right about the price I expected us to be. If you would have asked me back when it was like 4,000 back at the beginning of the year, where would we be at around, towards the end of the year, I would say somewhere around 10K, maybe a little less than 10K. And here we are. So, I mean, I think we're right where we need to be, boomers, if you ask me. And we're earning our keep as we rise to a former all-time high. Crypto fear and greed into index. measures the Bitcoin sentiment out there, and you can see right now there's extreme fear. This is at alternative.me, Crypto Fear and Greed Index. Each day they analyze emotions and sentiments from different sources and crunch them into one simple number. Fear and Greed Index for Bitcoin and other large cryptos. Right now they're saying there's extreme fear. And you know what they say, buy when there's fear and then sell when everybody's happy, right? Your average person couldn't even buy Bitcoin in 2010. We read that. Nano says, I heard about it also from Max Kaiser on InfoWars, but all of the end times news scared me away, and I just started prepping food instead. Here it's 2019, and Jesus never came back, and no World War III yet. Right, yeah, at the end of the day, you just can't be waiting for you got to prep, absolutely, but, you can't just not do things. You can't just be in fear. And that's the thing with a lot of the, conspiracy channels or whatnot. They got everybody in fear, and, right now there's nothing to be scared of, guys. If you're hodling and you got, and you provide value for you and your family, and you have some supplies, you got a Berkey filter, and you got some frozen food out there, maybe a little baby generator, and you have some small supplies out there, and you're keeping your costs low. You're not in over your head with this debt, you got to get out the debt as well. The fear should be low. Ducking those grenades and firing nonsense, Rafterman, indeed. And, maybe World War III will come, and maybe Jesus will come back in our lifetime. We don't know, and it doesn't matter. At this point, we need to take care of ourselves and keep following the straight and narrow path. Mikey Bravo says, Baby Bear coming in hot, buying bits, and more bits. Boom! Drop the bomb for you. So this is the 24-hour on Bitcoin. 24-hour, guys. As the stock markets are doing bad, they took a little hit, or more than a little hit. We're in a major trade war with China. That there is uncertainty over there in Hong Kong. And this Epstein case is calling into question the actual system in itself, guys. It's come down to pretty much this. It's Bitcoin versus the blue dress. It's Bitcoin versus the blue dresses. I would just substitute this as a metaphor for all the legacy system. This is basically what it's being exposed at. We're finally in toto pulling back the curtain to expose the Wizard of Oz. And this is what the wizard looks like, guys. Look at the wizard. The wizard in a blue dress, guys. You want to hold bits? You want to take care of your own baggage? Or do you want to invest in the blue dresses? That's the bottom line out here, guys. I think people are starting to wake up. Ain't nothing to be afraid of since my wifey let me borrow $1K to put into Bitcoin at 98 yesterday. There you go. Buying the dips. Shout out to Queens. Let me drop a bomb for you. Like I said, guys, in my personal opinion, whether you're getting at 9 or at 10.5 or at 11, assuming that it does go back to all-time highs and beyond, you're not going to really even care whether you got a 98 or 10.7 or 11.3. It doesn't really matter at this point. If you ask the champion. Again, I want to repeat that I'm no one's crypto daddy except the young boomer and the boomettes out here. So I'm not your financial advisor, and I don't know what's going to happen. It could all go down, and it could all be seized by the blue dress. I have no idea. It's important that you guys do your own research and make your own decision. The champ is not responsible for what you guys are doing out there. Everybody should be their own men. And please, I want you guys rocking in the trenches with me. I don't want you rocking with the blue dresses in the offices. This is too much, guys. This is this is actually a real painting that they allegedly found in Epstein's mansion. This is out of control. You can't even make this stuff up. There's no reason to watch Netflix anymore, House of Cards, or any of the networks. All you got to do is put on mainstream media. It's there's a new story every day that'll blow your mind. Shout out to Queens, Mikey Bravo, and the rest of the boomers. Champ, I told her she can have the 1K back around next year tax season. There you go. There you go. And hopefully if you're holding the bits by next year tax season or, a little bit after that, things should be pumping. I think right now, I think we're metaphorically betting here on the halvening on Bitcoin. I always have. I think that the major kapump is going to happen sometime around then. Especially, it seems like we're seeing almost like a perfect storm now with all this global uncertainty. And, if there's a recession, where are people going to put their money? In gold, silver, properties. And I think there's going to be a significant amount of people that are going to try this Bitcoin thing out. If you don't believe in that digital currency is the future, then I'm not, I don't know where your head's at. It's pretty. I think the writing's on the wall right now, guys. And and again, I don't think Bitcoin's here to save everybody, but it's a better alternative. That's the truth. I'm not looking at Bitcoin as the savior or anything like that, because the only person that could save you is Jesus himself. But this is a good alternative. This is a good alternative to the blue dress. It's an alternative to the blue dress, guys. 10,065. Let me show my screen with you guys. Here's the 24-hour chart. Shout out to my Steamosaurus. I heard that Steemit announced Steemit to automate development funding with a new DAO, a decentralized autonomous community. Steemit is like the entity that promotes Steem. Steemit's his own blockchain. Steemit is a private company. And they're going to set up a DAO and apparently allow people to vote on proposals weighted by their stake in the platform via this DAO. Winning proposals will be funded automatically via the blockchain. Steem estimates the DAO will distribute $1.5 million to $2 million per year. Steemit says the DAO is similar to the failed Ethereum DAO, which was hacked for $60 million. Remember that? And that caused Ether to it was a fracture in Ether, and that created Ether Classic. Big step forward in the development of Steem. Look forward to the partnership between Steemit and our community, says Vanderberg out of Steemit. So this is cool. This is interesting. Guys, the price may not be there with Steem, and there definitely holes in the boat, but there's something there with Steem, guys. I really like it. Tyler D says Clinton was wearing a blue dress in a painting in Epstein's New York office. Yeah, we've been talking about it the whole time. It's right now it's Bitcoin against the blue dress out there, Tyler D. It's Bitcoin against the blue dresses. I the whole system is losing integrity, guys. They can't even keep criminals behind bars. It's like, who's trusting in the system? And then they want you to pay taxes on top of everything, I came across some information yesterday. Apparently with these student loans, if you worked in a public service or in a nonprofit or whatnot for like a period of 10 years, supposedly those loans will be forgiven. But, I'm finding out more now that there's only been less than 100 loans apparently forgiven because there's so many technicalities. You have to have paid the exact amount due if you've overpaid or underpaid. If you haven't paid the exact amount on the invoice, apparently you have to have 100 and something payments. And so, the bottom line here is that there it goes again. The system, Big Daddy is losing integrity and it's losing trust. By the second. Trust by the second. So, what are you going to trust? Are you going to trust the blue dresses, or are you going to trust something that's verifiable like Bitcoin? Champ, did you do a video on delegating Steem, says Lucky Lewis? Maybe. I don't remember. I'm not sure, but if you have a question, go ahead and shoot. I like Steem, I don't delegate my Steem because I'm using it to upvote myself and the community. But an alternative to delegating your Steem is that you could sell your votes. So when you're not actually voting, you could sell votes through Smart Steem or Minnow Booster. And I've had links to those around, and they're pretty good. It depends on what the price of Steem is, and what your power is at the moment. What you can earn, but that's an option. My understanding is that selling votes probably nets a little less than delegating. I've heard good things about delegating to Tip You, that bot, but I haven't done so. It's definitely, something worth, like if you're going to sit on Steem and you don't want to sell it and you're not actually, active on the Steem blockchain, it's definitely something to consider to delegate it. Shout out to the 20 crypto maniacs watching right now. We're deep here in the Bitcoin foxholes, in the trenches, chopping it up here with the crypto maniac soldiers, the original crypto maniac boomers of all the crypto space. And I think we've came up to with the conclusion here that it's either the Bitcoin soldiers that you see here on the screen or the blue dresses. Which team are you on out there, guys? Let me know. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. Lucky Lewis just dropped me $2. Thank you so much, Lucky. I appreciate you. Dollar bills dropping out the sky. And I appreciate the super chat. If you guys want to shoot me some gratuity, it goes to the young boomer and the boomette. You know, we got to give him, well, the boomette's still on the formula. The young boomers, I took him to the pool. He jumped in the pool and everything. He's strong. Didn't Billy Blue Dress endorse Ripple at one point? And yeah, Billy Blue Dress. He did. And that's what I told you guys. It's Ripple's garbage. They're in bed with the legacy system. You know, Billy Blue Dress over here. He was one of their main keynote speakers at one of their prior conferences this or last year, if I wasn't mistaken. You're right there, Tyler D. Tyler D's right. Guys, at this point, guys, I think even normies, the NPCs, those non-playable characters are starting to awaken to the fact that the upper echelon is run by these guys, by a bunch of guys in blue dresses. This is hilarious. Oh, man, this is funny. You got to laugh out there, boomers. You got to laugh out there, guys, because you know, if not, it's sad, actually. You know, if you've been depending on the system and if you've been a believer, you know, you think that everything that NASA told you was real, that the MSM told you was real. And there's been signs for a while now, ever since, you know, JFK, MLK, 9/11. There's been so many signs. And, you know, they've been lying for a while out there, boomers. You know, there's been Funny Bunny. There's been Baby Bear Cubs. Dancing and Prancing. Snipe them out the box. Kaboom! Shout out to all my boomers. Drop a comment here in the population of the chat box. I don't have really much news other than the STEEM to announce the development funding with the new DAO. I thought that was interesting. And check out Bitcoin Obituaries for every time that Bitcoin has allegedly died. And check out the Crypto Fear and Greed Index that is reading extreme fear. And this was after last week was reading greed. So, you know, you can see how bipolar people are with Bitcoin. One day it's up, the other day it's down. So that's why you don't want to chase the markets. You want to remain calm, stay neutral, breathe in, breathe out, have a little faith out there, boomers. You know that this thing, if you've been around now for a couple years, you know, you should know the deal. Queen's Races just dropped me $2. Lucky Lewis, give me $2. You can have it now, champ. There you go. Thank you so much to Queen's Races. He just dropped me $2 in the population of the chat box. Thank you so much. Lucky Lewis has got 2 on it, guys. Follow the leaders here. Queens, Lucky Lewis, Rafterman, the rest of the boomers out here. And show some love here in the population. Don't show up to the party empty-handed. Thank you so much once again, Queens and Lucky Lewis, our cryptomaniac brothers here in the trenches. When you picture the boomers, picture the squad right here. Do you want to roll with this team? Or do you want to roll with this team? Let me know. Drop a comment here in the population. Nano says, you still interested in Maker? It still hasn't been this low since they first started. I know. I have a CDP, collateralized debt position too, that I need to check out because I may have been liquidated. Although I've paid most of it back, so I think that my liquidation price is under 184. You know, am I interested? Right now, to be honest, Nano, I am somewhat still interested in Maker. I don't think it's the death of Maker, but my focus is on Bitcoin. I'm about, let's say, I'm over 60% Bitcoin mentally right now. I'm more dominant. So say I'm like about 70% Bitcoin. You know, most of the time I always say about 50% Bitcoin. Right now, about 70%. The other altcoins, the only other altcoins that really attracted me right now, not even attracted me, but that I still have maybe a grain of faith in is Ether. Okay. Believe it or not, you know, I think Litecoin will stick around. Besides that, I don't know, maybe Bitcoin Cash, although I don't have the bags. But all the other ones, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Maybe Maker still sticks around. I think there's a future in DeFi when it comes to Ethereum, decentralized finance, and Maker's around, in that industry. Lazor's here, kaboom. Tyler D says the Ripple's the true pedo coin. Apparently, Ripple was 26 last I look. Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with Ripple. Billy Blue Dress is one of their mascots as well. So, I've been telling you guys that that one's a fake coin. You know the deal. 30 minutes here on the live stream. I'm going to go ahead and end it around 30 minutes. I've been vibing with the 30 minutes. I like it. And my intent is to do more streams. It's tough when you got babies all running around and I got other work I got to do. We got a lot of people I'm responsible for. So the time's limited, but I like booming with you guys. I've been thinking of doing. I want to talk more about things ancillary to Bitcoin. I enjoyed the self-improvement chats. I enjoyed the pumping and all the crypto diet and exercise. But now we're getting flooded with all kinds of conspiracy theories or whatnot. And again, I want to retire that term conspiracy because at this point, we already know that's made up. It's looking like more like there is something going on. I'm having a hard time believing in the proof of staking protocol, says Rafterman. I'm not. I just don't think that it's superior to proof of work. I think that proof of work, since it's anchored in the real world via a hardware unit and real electricity that costs, I like that model a little bit more. Although, I do like, I like EOS, I like STEEM, I like other staking coins like Dash, for instance. So, but no, I do think that POW is superior to POS, Rafterman. Guys, drop a couple comments before I go ahead and land this plane directly on the tarmac. Shout out to my crypto licensed drivers about to put the car on park. We got boomers here like Queens, like Lazor, like Rafterman, like Nano Joe. Decorated snipers. Do you want to be on this team or this team? At this point, guys, the choice is yours. I think the normies are starting to figure it out. This is who's running the system. All the blue dresses. It's not just Billy Blue Dress. I think this is a metaphor for the entire all-seeing eye. The deep state themselves are starting to look like a bunch of jokesters, guys. Again, these guys are not that big and bad. They're just there's a lot of deception. You know the deal, guys. The devil is a liar. A liar. On that note, guys, I'm going to go ahead and retire the stream for today. I'll be back tomorrow with the good crypto word. Thank you once again to Queens, to Rafterman, to Lucky Lewis, and everybody else that